Thanks for joining us. We are alive at 5, and we are so glad to have you guys back with us today. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a like on our Facebook pages where we post the stories that we're going to discuss every day. And we like to engage your comments and make sure that we get you guys involved in the conversation to see what you have to say about our topics. I am here with Caitlin Ross and Cheryl Preheim. We have a lot going on today. Let's kick it off.
I love the Atlanta United. I love to go to the games. I love to watch them. What their manager said recently, yesterday, about equal pay has a lot of people talking. Today, he's apologizing. So here's what he said first, that basically women getting paid the same as men in international professional sports, soccer in particular, is ridiculous, is what he said. He said if it's just as popular as the men, they'll get that pay because the income and advertising will go into that, but it's not like that. But the U.S. women's team is on fire. They just won another World Cup, and they do get the fans and they do get the revenue. And what he's saying has really infuriated a lot of people, so much so that today he came out with an apology. So to set us up, I want to set up this apology. So here's what manager Frank De Bor says about that today. He says he wanted to clarify and put things in context, that he wholly respects and supports the women's game and is encouraged and excited by its growth, both internationally and here in the U.S. I do believe when it comes to the economics of the game, as popularity keeps increasing, it will lead to increased revenue and higher salaries in the women's game, which is fantastic and what we all want to see. I'm proud to be part of a club that embraces equality. Goes on to apologize for the distraction to the team. But it's very different tone of the apology than the original statements.
And I also think you have to, as journalists, we know a written apology is much different than an off-the-cuff interview when you are on a hot microphone. And so I think a lot of people, are saying this is what you really thought, this is how you really felt. But the problem is this topic is such in the national spotlight right now, especially with the women, for the U.S. soccer team suing over equal pay. They're like, give us our money, we are killing it. And so I think he jumped into a very controversial conversation. We all posted this. I don't care where you posted it. People were fired up about it.
People were so upset. And when you see that comment, it's ridiculous, you immediately get that knee-jerk reaction. Like, what's so ridiculous about it? And I think the U.S. women's soccer team has so eloquently expressed, we are working hard. We have inspired young women and young men across the world. And we deserve that equal pay. So to hear something like that, it just gives you that immediate knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, Steve brought up a really good point in a comment, and I wanted to share with you, because what he's saying is, in his defense, he's talking about this at the international level. A guy like him from Europe is not going to be thinking about the situation in the U.S. first and foremost. The situation in the U.S. is extremely unique worldwide. That is absolutely true. Frank De Bor's background is with the Dutch team. We are so lucky in the United States to have the team what we do. The women do pull in more seats in a stadium. They did make more money, and from 2016 to 2018 they made $50.8 million from ticket sales. The men made closer to $49 million. They are the dominant team in this country. In other places, particularly in Europe, where soccer is so popular with the men, it's not like that. So that might have been some of his frame of reference.
All right, you are here with us now in Atlanta, so hopefully those comments in the pay will start to align here for what we have going on. All right, so this next story, though, it's a little bit jarring, but it's not by surprise at all, saying that a recent study out of the UK said that for teen girls especially, or for girls in general, social media is having a greater mental health impact on them. And they actually took the perspective of a lack of sleep and cyberbullying and not knowing how to deal with it, which was impacting them. But on the Today Show, they actually went deeper and talked to a group of teen girls, and I really love that they did that, because the girls really got real outside of this study and said, do I have enough likes, or what's everyone going to think about me? And I think that is so sad, because let's be transparent, as an adult, I think I feel the same way sometimes, because it's such a magnifying glass on your life and what you're doing, what you're wearing. Is that where we are now?
And it's so public for people to see those comments and those reactions, and to feel like maybe I didn't get enough positive reactions, or maybe they don't like me enough. My 12-year-old girl inside just hurts hearing that, because I say all the time, if social media had been around to the extent that it is now when I was growing up, I would have had a real problem with it. It would have been
I felt insecure enough without all that around me at that age. So my daughter just turned 9, and I see her react to things. There are things that she never felt self-conscious about herself until she saw a lot of pictures of other girls her age. And comparison is so dangerous. I think it any age, but particularly at those young ladies, maybe more than boys. I'm not worried so much about the sleep. I'm worried about her self-image and her to be free to be herself, to dress how she wants to dress, to wear makeup or not wear makeup or wear her hair, not based on whether people are going to like her post or think she's doing the right thing, but what she feels comfortable within herself.
Yeah.
And that kind of pressure, I think, can be so hard.
And I think one of the biggest takeaways was to engage with your teen about what they're feeling and what these conversations are. We have an interesting comment here from Terry. Let's take a look at it. It says that anecdotal, but my observation is that girls are exposed earlier. When my now 7th grade son was in 5th grade, almost all the girls had smartphones. Very few boys did. We think in general our girls are more mature. In my opinion, when it comes to peer social interaction, they are not. You know, they really wear it on their sleeves and internalize it. So hopefully this really gets a conversation going with not taking your phone away, but how much time are you spending on it? Is it healthy? How do, you know, other posts from other people make you feel? I think it'll be a really good conversation for moms and dads to really jump into.
Because it's not going away. The conversation is, how do you be secure even when you're seeing all those images, knowing that it's filtered, it's for the gram.
Yeah.
It's like made up
doing
reality.
it for the gram.
Not real.
Yeah,
That's
and
not real.
That is my takeaway. The mic drop moment on this is it is not real.
It's not
what
real.
you're seeing on social media, it's all a facade. It's the highlight reel.
Yes.
It is the highlight
Plus
reel.
10.
Right, plus 10.
I don't look like that in real life.
At all. At all.
Filter to follow me around the world.
Please, right here. All right, what's going on with you today?
So speaking of what people look like, everyone thinks they have a good creep radar. Like you can tell when someone's creepy.
You get a feeling.
Like, you get that feeling. Turns out we're all wrong.
Okay.
They just conducted this study where they showed people a picture of someone on the FBI's most wanted list and a picture of a Nobel Peace Prize winner, a humanitarian.
Oh. Wow.
Turns out people only got it right 49% of the time. That's less than a coin flip.
Yeah.
So I have a test for you.
Oh, gee.
All right.
I brought some
nervous.
photos.
I'm glad I have my glasses on.
I know. So we have photo 1 and photo 2. Who's the creep? Who's the good guy?
Well, based on what you're saying, I'm think I should go with not my first instinct, right? I was going to pick the gentleman on the right. I don't know if it's because I think he's older, so I think he might be friendlier. No, on your left, my right.
This guy.
Yeah,
you think this guy?
Yeah,
sure?
I'm definitely going with him for the creeper.
This is the creeper.
Yeah.
This man is a convicted pedophile.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I know. But in my comments, I posted this on Facebook, and it was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like people couldn't get it right because you don't get that immediate vibe.
It is a reinforcement of the message, like my mother always told me, you cannot judge something or person by how they look, ever.
So here's what Sandra said, which I think is so smart. Creep radar is more accurate when you have the opportunity to be near the person or have a video. I can't guess with a still photo.
Huh,
So
okay.
that's exactly what
That's
you're saying
true.
is you can't tell based on just how somebody looks. You have to really observe their behavior.
True.
Yeah.
If you get that creepy feeling or that vibe, I think it's more so based on behavior than a photo any day. But that really makes you think, like, what's my radar doing? Am I right here?
Yeah.
But I think in news, we're a little bit more sensitive to it as well. Unfortunately, we're a little bit more exposed to it than the everyday person, which probably explains why we got it right. What does that say about us? I don't know. We need more goodness. We need more love and less creepy stories, which is why we like all these stories.
Which is why judgment is so scary, because some of it's based on bad information or stereotypes or all those things. It's like you don't really know unless you know.
Now we're going to have
Right?
people out in public at the grocery store like, let me see.
Is creep, not a
Creep or not? Creep or not?
Yeah.
All right, awesome stories today, ladies. Good chat.
I'm going to be every person I see on the way home. I'm going to think differently now. Thanks a lot, Caitlin. We want to know what you think about it all. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We want to have a conversation with you beyond the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post every week, every day of the week. We follow us on our social media. Get those comments on the show as well. So see you again tomorrow.